What's good, JD fam? Welcome back to another video. If this is your first time ever watching our channel, make sure you press that subscribe button right now. I have not sat here and chit-chatted with you guys in quite some time, and I need some me time right now. You guys are like my best virtual friends, and I love just talking to you guys and like getting all my thoughts out. I'm the type of person who socially keeps like a lot to myself. But for some reason, when I'm just sitting in front of the camera by myself, it's like my own little diary session and I get to just like talk freely and just everything comes out. So it's very therapeutic for me, and you guys are gonna join me along this little therapy session. It's not gonna be too intense, so don't worry. I know you guys always think like I'm just sitting around crying all day and like being miserable and complaining about my life, but that is not the case. We're gonna get into all that, okay? So while we're having our little girly time, I'm gonna be doing my makeup, and I recently just started using the Yuka app, and it has been quite eye-opening for me. I started scanning a bunch of my products, and basically it tells you like a rating based off the ingredients that are in the product. It tells you like how good or hazardous it is for your skin. A lot of my stuff was quite hazardous. Like the foundation that I've been using forever, for literally years, was like, I can't even remember. I think it was like a 0 out of 100 or a 10 out of 100. I was using my Maybelline Fit Me, which I just love my Maybelline Fit Me because it always gives me like flawless airbrush skin and wasn't too heavy on my skin, but I'm trying not to use it because apparently it's hazardous. It's like very sad. I'm still coming to terms with having to put it to the side. Let me know if you have any good foundation recommendations that are Yuka approved. With that being said, a lot of the products that I'm gonna be using are Yuka approved. Not all of them. I haven't gone through my entire makeup collection, but most of them are. So starting with skincare, these Hero Lightning Swipe Dark Spot Brightening Pads, they were rated 100 out of 100. So excellent for your skin. And I just so happen to have them. And I do have quite a lot of dark spots. Our camera has like a little bit of a smoothing effect, so you probably can't tell, but your girl's skin is just not the best. This Omega Milk Facial Oil by Beekman was also really highly rated. I think it was another 100 out of 100 or something great like that. And it's crazy because this is one of my favorite facial oils, and I checked and I was like, oh my gosh, how perfect. It's amazing for my skin. This just gives me like the best glow. It is a bit tacky, so if you don't like tacky feeling products, then you might not like this, but I personally love it and I feel like the tackiness goes away. All my moisturizers that I had previously used sucked, but this Vanacream Daily Facial Moisturizer was another 100 out of 100. Okay, I'm not gonna talk about that the whole video, but that's just like what I've been doing lately. Like I went to Ulta and was trying to go through all the products to see what was approved. The biggest struggle was finding a foundation that was actually in stock and had a good rating. Most of them, let's not say, most of them were horrible. You'd be surprised on the one I found that actually had a good rating. Wait for it. This Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint had a good rating. I always thought like people used to hate on Kylie Cosmetics and say like it wasn't good, or at least like the skincare part of it was like horrible apparently. But this one has a good rating and I've been using it and I really like it. It's a skin tint, so it doesn't have like the most coverage. It's kind of lightweight and whatnot, but for being a skin tint, it does have pretty good coverage. I'm in a chatty Cathy mood today, and it's not very often. The past couple days, I was actually feeling a little bit cranky and down, I think because I got my first period since the miscarriage, so, you know, lots of hormones and just things going on in my brain. Like I've told you guys, this whole journey with this being my second miscarriage, it's been quite a roller coaster. Like for the most part, I have been feeling fine, but then like sometimes I just get sad out of nowhere and I just start thinking about things. Or like a whole good month after, maybe even longer, I was technically like still pregnant, even though I had miscarried. Like if I were to take a pregnancy test, it would still come out positive because I still had the hormones in my body. Like it takes a long time for the hormones to actually fully leave your body. But now that I got my first period, that means that I am all cleared out. Although it wasn't like a very long period, it was kind of a weird one. But see, this skin tint is like super lightweight, but it has like, you know, fairly good coverage, nothing crazy. But I don't really like a full coverage foundation just because I already layer on like so many different products like bronzer and cream bronzer. I use like a thick concealer and then powder, so all those layers really add up. So I like to keep it like light with the actual base. I'm gonna put a little bit more on my cheeks though, because I do have discoloration and dark spots on my cheeks. You guys put all your product recommendations down below if you have any Yuka approved products. I am down to try them all. I'm going in with the Sai Sun Melt Cream Bronzer now. Sai's products, most of them are all Yuka approved that I've seen so far. I mean, I don't know if all of them completely are, but a lot of the ones that I've seen are. The only thing is I wish I got a darker color in this because this is light bronze and I feel like it doesn't really show up too much. Like you see a little bit of color, but it's like a very light wash. So back to what I was saying, I did end up going to the doctor after my miscarriage and I actually got some insight into what could be like the culprit of what's going on with my body. So I've known since I had Koa that I have a bicornuate uterus, which is just like an abnormality in the shape of my uterus. So a normal shaped uterus would be like an upside down triangle, so picture something like that. But my uterus, imagine this whole middle part of the triangle is taken out and you're just left with like two little slits on the side, like two horns. And so that's how my uterus is. So a normal uterus, that's a triangle. The baby like would implant in there and then the whole uterus would grow. But the way that my uterus is, the baby has to implant on either side and then this side has like virtually no room. So like if it implants over here, like basically no chance, it's so thin. This side has more room, so this is the good side. If it implants over here, it has more of a shot. But the thing is, there's still risks with it and can cause more miscarriages just because depending on where it implants, the way my doctor explained it to me is like up top, there's not as much blood flow. So it just won't be enough blood flow for the baby to survive. And it's really just up to chance where it implants. So you just never know. And then there's also some more risks like preterm labor. Since there's so much less room, this just one side has to expand big enough for the baby to grow. And so that's probably a big reason why Koa didn't have like lots of room to grow in my belly and was a little bit on the smaller side because I just didn't have as much room in there. And because of that, he wasn't able to turn. He didn't have the space to get into the right position he needed for labor, which is why I also had to have a C-section. So all of those things are basically a big reason for, basically the cause of most of the things going on with my pregnancies. My little beautiful uterus, which my uterus is still great because it got me my baby Koa, so I know that there's still hope. But at the same time, it just makes it a lot more, I don't know, it makes me even more hesitant to want to try to have more kids just because I literally never know which way it's gonna go. It can be good or bad and it's just, there's nothing I can do about it. And then I know that it is a higher chance that I could have more miscarriages. I hope that's not the case, but that's just something that always is gonna be in the back of my mind since I've already had two. Like if I do happen to get pregnant again, it's gonna be hard for me to like be at peace and not worried and just be excited about it because I know like I could very well get my hopes up and then it not turn out the way I want it to. Another thing is that I have a negative blood type. So most people have positive blood types, but I think about, I can't remember the exact numbers, but maybe like 3% of people have a negative blood type and I am fortunate enough to have gotten the freaking negative blood type. So what that means for pregnancies is Julius has the positive blood type, I have a negative blood type. So when we have a baby, it's like up to chance whether the baby gets the positive blood type or the negative blood type. And if the baby happens to get the positive blood type, then my body responds by seeing it as like a toxin or like basically it makes antibodies against it. So in order for my body to not fight off the pregnancy and think it's like some type of foreign toxic thing on my body, I have to get something called a RhoGAM shot. With Koa, I had to get the RhoGAM shot, but he just so happened to actually have negative blood type like me, so we're twins. But that is another risk, so every pregnancy I always have to make sure that I get that RhoGAM shot because since I've had like miscarriages and literally every single pregnancy that I've had, my 3 pregnancies, I've bled in every single one, the miscarriages and with Koa. With Koa, I actually bled so much, you guys, it was crazy. I thought I was having another miscarriage, but thank goodness my baby, he was just a little warrior and he's still a little warrior and I love him so much and I'm so happy to have him. He has literally just made this process of going through my second miscarriage. He's just made it like, not saying that it's easy, but he's just helped me a lot to get through it and not be so down, because just seeing his little face every day, like I just can't help but to just be so happy and blessed, and I just love him so much, and he's like the greatest thing ever. So that is a little update on what is going on with me and my whole fertility issues. And back to what I was saying in the beginning of this video, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just like trying to sit here and like be down or be so negative or just like be miserable and like crying about my life, because that's not the case. I feel like we've actually shared all of our best moments in our life. Like our channel has had our very, very best and happiest times, and like so many fun vacations, and you guys just seeing our family grow and like seeing all of our blessings. We've shared so much of that, and most of it has been positive. But just like any other human being in the world, not everything is always fun and dandy and great. Like sometimes you are sad, sometimes you go through struggles. So just imagine like if you were to film yourself most days of your life, not every day you're gonna be just like the happiest person. And I feel like it is important, if we're sharing so much of the good times and the blessings, it's only fair that we also share the other side of it. And it's completely fair if you guys don't want to see that and you only want to see the positive stuff. And there's like, you know, plenty of videos for you guys to watch. You guys do not have to watch like the ones that don't resonate with you, or, you know, they don't make you feel uplifted. So I totally respect if you guys only want to see like the good times, and those videos are available for you. But just for me, I feel like it's important to share both sides of everything. And it also just makes me feel good for some reason to like vent, because a lot of times there's just a huge community of people out there that can relate, and it just makes you feel like not alone. Like, wow, so many other people are going through the same exact thing and they're okay, and like look at their stories and where they are now in their life, and it just makes you feel so much better. So I am gonna continue to share everything, the good and the bad. I mean, not everything, some things we do need to keep to ourselves. Okay, you guys, I need a concealer recommendation, because my all-time favorite, my Hourglass concealer, it has a bad Yuka score, unfortunately, but I just love it so much. So I'm gonna continue to use it for now, because I mean, it's only like under the eyes. You don't really break out under your eyes. I'm just not gonna put it like on my blemishes or anything, just keep it in this little area. So, I mean, I guess I should be fine, but if you guys have any that you really like the coverage and also has a good Yuka rating, let me know. How cute is this little powder puff? It's a little mini one from One Size Beauty. I'm using the Huda Beauty Baked Powder in the color Cupcake. I actually haven't checked this one's score, but I'm gonna stick beside it. You guys may be wondering, Destiny, where are you going? Doing a whole makeup look. Actually have your hair done today and a little updo. I am going nowhere, actually to the kitchen. I'm planning on making like a delicious meal today. I'm making some stuffed cannelloni noodles, kind of like a lasagna-ish spaghetti style. So I guess I'm in my little Nara Smith vibes, because she always looks glamorous while she's cooking. And I am gonna film the recipe for you guys. I think I wanna do it on Snapchat. So if you do not follow me on Snapchat, go follow me on Snapchat, because I'm gonna start doing a lot of recipes on there. I think I'm gonna make Snapchat like my recipe place. So Snapchat's gonna become my little food vlog, so go follow me on there. I will leave it in the description down below. And like, I was joking about the Nara Smith thing, but I low-key am actually in my Nara Smith era, because I am starting the process of making my own sourdough bread, you guys. And I thought that this would be an easy little process. Let me tell you, it's hard, okay? The first step is making your sourdough starter, which is like the yeast. You can use like the little jarred yeast, but it kind of like defeats the purpose of making the bread homemade. So you have to make your own sourdough starter, which is minimum, at the bare minimum, a 7-day process. And most of the time it's still not even ready in 7 days. So we're gonna see. I think I'm on day, am I on day 5 today? Can't remember. I'm either on day 5 or 6. It's still not ready, so we're gonna keep it going. I've also been showing you guys a little bit of the process. I'm gonna make a reel on it, so go follow me on Instagram as well, okay? But once it is ready, I cannot wait to start baking some loaves of sourdough. I truly think cooking might be one of my passions, but I could never see myself cooking for like strangers. but I just love cooking for my little family. It just makes me so happy, and it's like therapeutic for me, and I'm a big foodie at heart. I'm trying to find things that are like hobbies to me that I actually enjoy doing and like actually do them more, because I don't really do a lot of things for myself that I enjoy. Like I really barely have any hobbies, you guys. Like I can't even really think about any hobbies that I actually have. And like I used to really love working out like years ago, like before I was mom or anything like that. Now I cannot even remember the last time I worked out. I can't remember the last time I went to a Pilates class, and I have like a whole membership that I'm paying for, and I haven't gone to a class in literally months. So I need to start doing that as well. I need to get back to doing my nails. I used to do my own nails all the time and I enjoyed that. Haven't done them in ages. So these next months are gonna be all about just doing things that make me happy. Especially now that Koa is gonna be starting school in a couple weeks actually. He starts right after his birthday, beginning of October. So we're gonna be having a lot more time. He's only going for like 3.5 hours, but that's still like 3.5 hours to get a lot of things done. Like, whoa, I don't even know what I'm gonna do with all the time on my hands. I'm probably just gonna stare at pictures of him for like an hour, because I do that every single time he goes to sleep. Every time I do these kind of videos, you guys always say, Destiny, you should make your own channel. So if I do decide to make my own channel, I actually have a channel that I made, but I've just never posted on it. So if I do start, what kind of content would you guys want to see from me? The problem is I don't know like what my very first video should be. Like a first video to a channel, you know? It's kind of hard. I don't know where to start. Like if I had a video up already, then I could easily just do whatever. Like I could vlog days of my lives, I can do cooking videos, get ready with me's, like all kinds of things. I don't know where to start. Starting is the problem. We're gonna do these lips because I hate when I don't have lip liner on. It looks like I'm like this, not cute. Okay, my camera is on its last leg, so I can't share too much more, but I did a little lip routine. I used NYX's New Truffle lip liner, my go-to that I use all the time. And for gloss, I used NYX Butter Gloss in the color Praline. And now I'm working on my eyes. My favorite part of my whole makeup routine is doing a little brown shadowing. I just feel like it just does so much for the eyes to just elongate and lift. Like it changes the whole face, in my opinion. I do keep my eyes very simple. I just do a brown in the crease, a little shadow brown kind of liner situation, and then mascara, and that's it. I rarely use false lashes anymore. I just use my L'Oreal Telescopic. Everybody always asks what mascara I use. It is this one. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you guys a little bit of my mascara routine before the camera dies. Alright guys, here is the completed look. And my lovely Coco is here to join us. Hi Coco! Hi Coco! Sorry I couldn't show you guys the full look just because the camera did die like I told you guys. But that is it for this video. I'm about to go get a little bit of work done and then get in my little Nara Smith cooking. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video. Love you so much and I'll see you next time. Peace.